the truth, of revealing wrongdoing, of speaking truth to power, which used to be what journalism was about, what it was for, has been replaced by virtue signaling. It's been replaced by a small number of people in New York and Los Angeles advertising to each other what good, upstanding, morally virtuous liberals they are. Media has failed entirely, not only to recognize your concerns as they were brewing over the last, in your parents' case, 30 years, but to report accurately on the reasons why people love Trump. All they can do is say sexist, racist, backward. They're not interested in hearing that actually most of America isn't that keen on immigration. Not any more of it, not for a while. America's worried about radical Islam. America wants better trade deals. America hates political correctness. America understands. I don't know why it takes me as a visitor here to explain this to people who've been doing this for 40 years. But newsflash, guys, Americans like the First and Second Amendment. And they're going to vote for somebody who is going to uphold it versus a woman whose stated mission is to destroy it. Her dream, she said her dream, we know from WikiLeaks. Hillary Clinton's dream is open borders.
The end of America.
It is the end of America, sir. It's the end of the country as you know it. I want you to think carefully about two quotes from two different journalists that were in a great story by Ken Silverstein, who's a lefty, published a story in The Observer, said, this election has disgraced the entire American media. Here's the first one. This is the first quote, and this is from I.F. Stone. Now, the Clintons have run the government for a very long time, and journalists used to know that their default position toward those in power should be antagonism, should be holding them to account, ought to be testing everything they say and checking if it's true, not writing to their flunkies to make sure no one's offended by their copy. Journalists used to remember this. They don't anymore. They also, there are all sorts of things journalists believe, for instance, that Hillary Clinton is healthy. One of the WikiLeaks that hasn't come out yet, I'm told, contains the revelation that every building she enters has so much medical equipment in it that for insurance purposes it's classed as a hospital. And Stop it. Stop it. The same people who say that investigating Hillary Clinton's health is ageist, sexist, and God knows what else were the world's best investigative reporters when John McCain and Bob Dole's health records were in question. Here's another one, George Orwell. You know who these guys are? This one in the middle, Ezra Klein, Maggie Haberman. The editor of Heat Street. I had such high hopes for Heat Street. But of course, WikiLeaks, Louise Mensch, ads for Hillary. Journalism is printing what someone else does not want printed. Everything else is public relations. Well, I put it to you that the primary business of the American media establishment is now public relations for the Democrat Party machine. That is why everyone hates them so much, and they deserve it. We know social justice is cancer, by the way, to what? So, you know, I say it now, and I don't even remember that it's funny or shocking. It's just it's like second nature to me now. Does the New York Times print anything that Hillary Clinton doesn't want printed? Not really. Or is it a Clinton PR machine? Well, their profits are down 95%. They lost. I wonder if being part of Team Hillary had anything to do with that, because we know that social justice is cancer to business. Bud Light, which I have occasionally been offered at fraternity parties, and of course turned down, ran an ad. Amy Schumer, Seth Rogen, and discovered that in an election year, sales are going down. They're selling less Bud Light, thanks to this cancerous campaign, which we learned this week they've dropped. Now, George Orwell represented an older type of liberal, one who thought that free speech, a free society, and a free press were big positives of Western civilization. He wrote 1984 as a warning of what could happen. Liberals use it more as an instruction manual. As an example of how bad the media is, I'm going to play you a little clip of a BBC interviewer who asked me,
Do you consider yourself a white nationalist?
they're asking, oh, so what's the alt-right? What's the big deal about
Isn't
Trump?
that
What do people think about
some
it?
people would think of when they hear of you don't like the changing face of places like
No, I'm
London,
talking
you
about
don't like-
culture,
you don't
not
like
race.
Muslims coming in.
No, I'm talking about culture, not race, and it's typical of someone like the BBC to try to conflate the two, because
I'm
what they want to
asking you a
do,
question.
well, what they want to do is to suggest that if you're proud of your country and the ideals on which your country is founded, that somehow makes you a racist. It doesn't. I'm not talking about skin color. I don't care about skin color. All my boyfriends are black. I don't give a toss about skin color. What I do care about is values and ideas. And the